Hare Krishna. Welcome back to our discussion on positive thinking. We are discussing the last of the energy sutras. Why say yes to God with faith? So we'll discuss about faith, how faith enables us to see the positive in the negative, to set the wrong right. Once a mother asked a daughter, would you like to have a cake? Oh, yeah, love, sure. I said, okay, here, take some oil. What? I don't like oil. Here, take some grains. So, I don't like grains. Here, take some custard. Custard? Okay. And like that, the mother gave several ingredients one by one, and the daughter was nonplussed. And then he says, you told me you'll give a cake. Yes. Mother said, you have to combine all these things, cook them, and then we make a cake. Oh. So she had thought that she was expected to eat each of those items separately. When she realized that she was going to cook them, and then she could consume the product, which was delicious when it was eventually made. So like that, when we see things from a fragmented perspective, then often things which are right in the long run appear to be wrong in the short run. If we see things as fragmented, oh, this is going wrong, oh, why is this happening, what's the point of this, oh, things seem to be pointless. So if we keep seeing things from a fragmented perspective, then we don't see any plan working, and we don't see ourselves moving onwards in our life. We feel that things are just going chaotic. But when we understand that no matter what is happening, God is still in control and God has a plan. So just as in a patient may not understand, oh, yesterday you gave me an injection, today you are subjecting me to this test, now you are giving me this bitter sounding medicine, what is going on? But all that is a part of the plan. And to the extent we understand that it is all a part of the plan, to that extent we can cooperate with it. And to the extent we cooperate with it, to that extent we can benefit from it. So when we are going through various situations in our life, different things are happening. At that time, rather than seeing them as fragmented events which are pointless or even chaotic, we can focus on doing our part. Now, we may not immediately be able to discern God's plan, but we do know that there are some things which we can do. So, as St. Francis of Assisi prayed, oh God, give me the strength to change the things that I can change, and the endurance to accept the things that I cannot change, and the wisdom to know the difference. So, very often, when we are faced with problems, we get overwhelmed by the negativity because of things that are going wrong. But no matter how many things are going wrong, there are still things which we can do. There are things within our control, things by which we can set things right. So we can, even if we feel that everything can't be set right, but still we can bring about positivity. We always have something within our capacity to change. If nothing else, we can at least change our attitude. And if we just change our attitude from that point of view, we'll find opportunities and facilities to change other things also. So we can envision this in terms of two circles. There is a circle of concern and there is a circle of influence. Circle of concern refers to things that matter to us. But circle of influence is a smaller circle within the circle of concern. A smaller circle is a circle of influence wherein we can change things, wherein there is something which we can do about those things. So if we focus on the things which are in the circle of concern but not in the circle of influence, then we disempower ourselves, we dishearten ourselves, we even paralyze ourselves. We by dwelling on things which we can't change, we not only create negativity for ourselves, because we feel helpless, we feel victimized, but more than that, we lose the opportunity to change the things which we could have changed, the things within our circle of influence. So in every situation, when we face problems, we can focus on, okay, what can I do about it? We can pray to God. God, nothing happens without your will. You have put me by your sanction, by your plan. Now I'm in this situation. Please guide me what I should do now. How can I serve you now, O Lord? By such prayer, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te tadami buddhi yogam tam. Krishna says, I will give the intelligence by which you can come to me. So dadami. So what happens is that when we focus on having the mood of not controllership but of contribution, okay, even if this plan doesn't work out, how can I continue serving? So when we especially chant the holy names, when we chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, this is a prayer to God, and the essential mood of the prayer is, oh God, oh energy of God, please engage me in your service. With this mood, when we engage in activities, when we want things to work according to our plan and things go out of control, then there is frustration. But if our plan is simply to do the best that we can to serve God, then the opportunity to serve is always there, no matter what the situation is. We may not be able to serve according to our plan, but we can serve still. And there is always something that we can do. And actually, when we do what we can, our influence increases. The circle of influence becomes bigger when we act within it. And we are able to do more things. And we are able to change more of the things that are within our circle of concern. So for example, if we are worried about something which is going to go wrong in future, which may go wrong, and if we let that worry consume us, then we can't do anything in the present that we could possibly have done to either prevent that from happening or to minimize its consequences when it happens. So we actually make the circle of influence smaller by letting the present get wasted away in worry about the future. Instead, if okay, this thing matters to me, but I can't do anything about that. What can I do right now? We think like that. We bring our attention into the circle of concern, into the circle of influence, and thereby act positively, and thus may do what is in our power to address the issue that is in our circle of concern. For this, again, we need to say yes to God. It says, Jesus said that thy will be done, not mine. It says, Arjuna said in the Bhagavad Gita, Karishye vachanam tava, I will do your will. So when we have this faith in God, it actually releases our emotional energy, which can otherwise be choked by frustration and resentment at life's apparent wrongs. But when we accept, okay, God, I accept this. Now, what can I do about it? That faith becomes easier to have when we recognize God's expertise in changing things for the better. Clouds are formed in the sky, God breaks clouds. And through that, now the clouds may look beautiful in the sky, but when the clouds are broken, they don't look particularly beautiful at that time. But through that breaking of clouds, God ensures that rains comes out. Now the rains, they're just falling on the ground, but then when they hit the ground, what happens? God breaks the rains. They get distributed into the ground, they percolate into the cracks in the ground, and then from their ground, grains emerge. So God breaks clouds to make rains, God breaks rains to make grains. And then when we have grains, the grains cannot be consumed as it is. They have to be broken. So when they are broken, they often sometimes look like a shapeless powder. But it is through that we get eatables, varieties of eatables. So God breaks grains to give us energy. We eat the food and we get energy. And then when the food goes inside, what happens? Further, that food is broken so that we get energy that in a form that the body can use. So God breaks this food to give us energy. So God is expert in breaking things to make them better. Sometimes when we have our plans and those plans, life seem to go wrong because of life's vicissitudes, we should know that God is in control and He has a better plan for us. Sometimes our plans for short-term material enjoyment or achievement may not work out, but if we stay diligently fixed in the service of God, saying yes to God with gratitude, saying yes to God with faith, then we'll find that from His master plan will emerge a set of events which will lead us, propel us, uplift us towards lasting spiritual fulfillment. Thank you. Hare